Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And welcome back, No Contact Army. Have you been using my app Silencio to help you stay no contact? Well, if you have, please leave a rating and review in the App Store. I would really appreciate it. And if you too would like to join the No Contact Army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. Today I want to talk about ghosting, why people ghost, what to do when you are ghosted. Now, ghosting is a form of breaking up. It's a bad form to use to break up with someone. It doesn't feel very good, but it happens. So let's talk about the reasons why people ghost. According to a 2019 study in Psychology Today, there's 5 main reasons. Now, there's a lot of reasons, but I'm going to use these 5. One is convenience. They're obviously trying to avoid a face-to-face interaction that may become emotional. So they just want to forget about it and just move on and leave you lost, wondering what's going on, which is not a good thing to do, but hey, it happens. Number 2, and this applies more to people dating online, especially if they're just in the talking stage, they found a better option. So they thought they liked you, they thought they were interested, but then they met someone else. The third reason for ghosting is after a negative interaction. And that means that you guys were dating, their interest level went down after some sort of behavior on your part, and that's why they ghosted, and they justified that ghosting based on your behavior. The fourth reason is relationship type and length. So if you were just dating casually, and especially if you'd only been dating for a very short time, then people feel justified in ghosting, at least more justified than in a long-term relationship. And then finally, safety. So ghosting offers a safe way to dissolve a relationship without the person putting themselves in harm's way. You know, sometimes, you got to ghost. That would be, for me, the best justification for ghosting, if there's any fear of violence. Now, obviously, it's very painful when someone ghosts because people take it very personally. And you may say, well, of course, how can I not take it personally? But you have to understand that ghosting says more about the person doing the ghosting than it says about you. People with an avoidant attachment style are more likely to ghost. It also shows that the person is immature or has a low interest level or a combination thereof. So don't take it personally. They've probably done it before and they'll probably do it again. And if they think so little of you that they're going to just walk away, then why would you want to be with someone like that, right? Okay, so what do you do if you have been ghosted? Well, there are 2 ways to handle this, and which one you choose is going to depend on your attachment style, the relationship that you had, and your personality. So, if you've been ghosted or you suspect that you may be ghosted, the first thing you want to do is to make sure that you haven't been ghosted for real, in the sense that you want to make sure that they're still alive, okay? That they haven't become real ghosts. Haha. So if they're still posting on social media, or you can see that they're online on Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever, then there's a 99% chance they're still alive, right? It could be someone else posting, but it's probably them. So you can either do absolutely nothing, accept that you've been ghosted and get on with your life, and if they contact you in the future, you can decide what to do then. Now, this is easier to do with someone that you didn't have strong feelings for, someone that you didn't date for a long time. And of course, it's easy if you have an avoidant attachment style. Now, the second option, and those with an anxious attachment style will love this one, is that you contact them. And so you do not leave a long message or a long text like, oh my God, where'd you go? What happened? What's going on? None of that. Always want to be high value. So you're going to make it seem like you're contacting them more out of concern than anything. So you can say something like, hey, I'm just giving you a courtesy call or a courtesy text. Since I haven't heard from you, I want to make sure you're okay. And so it seems like you're just more concerned about their health, and you're contacting them to be polite because you haven't heard from them. Not because you're freaking out. You're like, oh my God, where'd you go? So you're coming from a place of concern for their well-being, other than thinking that, my God, I've been ghosted. Where the hell are you? So if they don't respond, leave them alone. Do not double text. I repeat, do not double text. Now, if they do respond, it may be because they changed their mind about the ghosting, or maybe something actually was going on. You thought you were being ghosted, but maybe there was a crisis at work or with their family, etc. It happens. So you don't want to jump to conclusions. And one of my listeners who was recently ghosted for real, she left me some voice notes. So I want to play some of these for you. I do have her permission, of course, so that you can get the real first-hand experience of someone who was recently ghosted. Basically, she dated this guy for a few months, and she told him that she would only enter a serious relationship if she thought that it could lead to marriage. And she said that they had conflicting values and maybe they weren't right for each other. She wasn't breaking up with him. That wasn't her intention. She was just expressing herself, but he ghosted her. She tried contacting him, but of course he didn't respond. So here's one of the voice notes.
And so that's how things were. The first 5 days I was trying to reach out to him here and there, and then I started watching your videos, and I was at such a low point. I was literally crying every single day for a week. I want to say a week or so. This is the start of the year. So basically it's New Year started and he ghosted me. He blocked me, ghosted me, everything. And then I was watching your videos and I had to just take a step back. And then
I forgot to mention she has a lovely British accent. Okay, here's more.
And for me, it's my thing is, even if I don't necessarily want to be with him, I was just hurt thinking, how could someone who I had this much of a connection with be so cold to just cut me off completely? And I just wanted to know that, is he actually this evil person? Does he care at all that he hurt me and stuff like that?
I don't know that I would call him evil. Obviously, when you're in the middle of it, that word comes to mind. I would call him avoidant, immature, not that interested. And so what she did then was she blocked him on her IG, and then she figured out that he was watching her stories from a second account.
And then I found this, I was looking at my stories, and then I found this other page with a weird name and no photo viewing my stories. And then I look at the people that person is following, and it's his siblings, and then so I know it's him, and I'm just what? This is crazy. He hasn't said anything, but your advice is legit. When you're telling people just back off, you're absolutely right. And I just wanted to say thank you so much, because your advice helped to basically release a lot of pain that I was carrying.
Well, I'm glad I was able to help her in that way. Backing off is usually a good idea, especially when someone has ghosted you. But I know it's not always the easy thing to do. So she decided she was going to contact him again, even though he didn't reply to her messages previously. And she left a message saying that she was confused as to why he was watching her stories from a secondary account, because she thought he didn't want to have anything to do with her. And what did he do? Well, at first, he would not respond.
And then he just wrote, moved on. And then I asked him, are you saying that you've moved on? And I said, if you've moved on, that's great. But I just want to know, like, why are you viewing my stories if you've moved on? Like, you know, if you're done, then, like, you don't need to look at my stories, do you? And stuff. And I said, I'm not trying to start any issue with you. And it's his birthday today. I said, I know it's your birthday. But yeah, I'm just trying to move forward in peace as well. And then he was like viewing my messages and ignoring me and stuff like that. And it kept showing he's online. And I said, look, you have my number. You can unblock me and call me if you want to. And then like I was asking him again, if you've moved on, why are you viewing my stories?
And here's where things took a turn for the worse. This is what happens when you push someone.
And then he said again, couldn't you see what I said? I said, I've moved on. And I asked him again, if you have moved on, why are you viewing my stories? And it's like he was just refusing to answer that. And I said, if I don't hear from you in the next 20 minutes, you won't have access to me ever again. And then he responded saying, could you just F off, I'm trying to sleep.
So, as you can see, contacting someone more than once is not going to make them change their mind or explain why they ghosted. And if you push them, as she did when she said you have 20 minutes to respond, she issued an ultimatum, you're going to get a nasty response like she did. So stop trying to make people talk to you if they don't want to. If they want to talk, they'll talk when they're ready. Okay? So I want to hear from you now. Have you ever been ghosted? What happened? Or have you ever ghosted? And why did you ghost? And in the meantime, if you would like my help personally to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net. The link is below every video. If you are listening on a podcast, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you are listening on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.